All right, welcome into your 15-minute weather. I'm meteorologist John Zeigler, alongside meteorologist Courtney Aitken. Well, we didn't have storms yesterday.
Didn't have storms yesterday. Didn't really have fog, at least here today.
Yeah, we got
Some
lucky.
to the north.
We got lucky. Now, if you guys are weather savvy and you keep an eye on everything going on in the weather world, yesterday was big day. I just follow Reed Timmer wherever he is. You know it's a big deal.
Wherever he is, if Reed Timmer is in your town with his crazy looking vehicle that looks like it's from outer space, you need to be paying attention.
Yes. And he was in that Amboy tornado in Minnesota. He was inside the tornado.
Of course he was.
I watched the video. So they just I still got to figure this out. So they just take their little Dominator thing and they sit it right in the middle of the tornado.
Yeah. And then he always yells. He's always like, "We're in the tornado!"
They're in the tornado every time.
Tornado.
That's crazy. What if it fails? Has he ever thought about that?
I'm sure he has. Dude has like a PhD, I'm pretty sure.
Would he do that in EF4 or 5 though? Or is it more of the ones and twos that he does it?
I feel like it's more ones and twos, but I have no idea. I've always wondered, that thing has got to weigh so much, right? So that it doesn't get
He must have done
up.
it. Obviously, yeah.
He designed it for sure.
It's literally the movie. He literally created the movie.
Did you know that it was the Twisters, Twisters, so the second one
Yep.
is in part based on him, Glenn Powell's character.
Wow. I mean, it should be.
At least that's what I've heard.
I mean, it should be. He's an icon. I don't care what anybody says about him.
Yeah.
Either way, he was in southern Minnesota Monday, and he got that tornado in Amboy, or put his car there. And then yesterday started in northeast Iowa and then moved into Wisconsin, and they got lit up.
Yeah.
Again, the tornadoes were more twos, no 3 or 4s, which is good. We don't want long track deadly tornadoes.
Right.
But not that 2 isn't deadly, but it's it's more short-lived.
Scaled back.
They have some beautiful tornadoes though out of those. They looked like Wizard of Oz the past few days.
They did. Yeah, it was very cinematic.
Yeah. So that's been going on in Wisconsin, and they get to go. We'll talk about this more later on in the 15-minute, but they get another shot at it today. Maybe not as widespread, severe, but total outbreak yesterday. Today it's going to be kind of an in-between outbreak, and then we'll reload it on Friday for Wisconsin again. We're kind of on the edge Friday, and we'll talk about that.
We're kind of stuck in an active pattern. Wisconsin for sure, stuck in an active pattern. So if you are there, hang in there, keep paying attention. I
agree.
Yeah.
Good weather continues. We were just talking about how rare it is to have 60s and quiet weather in Minnesota. The windiest time of the year is April and May. We have a wind. We'll show that maybe tomorrow. We have this wind graphic I've used before on the average wind speeds per day.
I like that. I haven't seen that.
I
one
know
before.
the strongest is now through May.
Okay.
But I don't know the exact. I don't have the data, but I'm spitballing.
That's interesting. All right, we'll look at it tomorrow. Join us tomorrow. All right, I'm going to borrow your remote because I forgot mine. Thank you so much. Let's see. On this day, I thought this was interesting. Today's April 15th. Back in 2002, on this date, we hit 91 in the Twin Cities, and that was the earliest we've ever seen 90 in the Twin Cities. Obviously, we're not going to be that warm today, but we will be in the upper 60s, and I think it's going to be a really nice day. Some of that fog as of the 9 o'clock hour is still lingering north and out to the west of the Metro St. Cloud. You saw a good bit of that fog this morning. Same with Wilmer, Alexandria. It'll lift. Just give it some time, and you'll be in the upper 60s today. So it's a nice day. I know that John's planning on golfing later. It's a great day for that. So maybe do that yourself. Tomorrow morning, upper 40s, pretty similar to what we saw this morning, a little bit closer to freezing in Duluth. Again, I always say it is still winter up north. But tomorrow afternoon, this is my pick of the week, just personally, because we have 70s and it may be a little bit breezy, but otherwise the weather is well behaved and we will see the sunshine. For those of you in that southwestern pocket of the state, it's going to be even warmer, potentially even into the 80s. Then let's talk about Friday, and John will talk about this in a little bit more detail, but just to give you the overview, Friday's highs are going to be weird. They're going to happen early in the day, and then those temperatures come crashing down with a front, and there's a good chance that some storms spark up along that front. Most of the activity is going to be shifted out to the east and really to the southeast of us, but there is still a chance, it's about between a 1 and 2 marginal and slight risk that we see some strong to severe storms. So again, that's a level 1 and 2. Once you get to a level 3, which is what Iowa will have into your Wednesday, that's when you really want to start paying attention. We'll talk briefly about the weekend. We've been tracking the chance for a wintry mix on Saturday, and we can talk a little bit more about that, but it is looking a little bit less likely, at least according to the last couple of model runs that John and I looked at, and I don't think anybody's mad about that. It's probably good news, but it will be cooler this weekend either way, especially Sunday morning, upper 20s. That's a handful of degrees below normal, but at least for the afternoon on Sunday, we're going to be dry and sunny. Goodness. And then if we look a little bit further beyond, say Monday, Tuesday of next week, quiet days with some lower 60s.
Yeah, some nice days. It's always a pattern here, and again, the pattern is always the same. It's really, really nice day, 2 of them, 1 warm, windy day, storm threat, back to cold, 2 cold days, 2 nice days, 2 warm days, back. It's just a cycle in April. That's why chaos is the normal. You're never going to be at like, and how many days of 57 do you see? The answer is 0. You know what I mean? You just don't. I mean, I guess Monday, you can maybe get 1 seasonal day and then you just pass on by. But this is a very common cycle. You don't want the cycle to be, it's typically a 6 or 7 day cycle. So you don't want it to be stuck on the weekend, which you can get. So hopefully this isn't the cycle for the next couple of weeks, but it might be.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah, so like we'll see it a lot where it's like, okay, Saturday and Sunday storms, and you get that for 5 straight weeks. Because the pattern is high pressure comes in. When it comes in, it cools you down, like Saturday, Sunday. So the cold front, 2 cold days, high pressure comes in. Monday, Tuesday, high pressure's over you. It exits. Here comes the next warm up and storms.
It really is a cycle. Yeah, you get stuck in it.
Yeah, so I mean, but that's okay. You usually in Minnesota we get 2 good days a week. That's why I always tell people don't ever plan outdoor weddings here. 2 out of 7 are good.
That is a good point.
I had somebody. I always talk about this, but April. The most people ask me, what are the most active days of the year? Most people think June has the best weather. It is without a doubt the crappiest weather in Minnesota.
Well, because that's like the biggest severe month here.
But people don't think that, because psychologically you're like, oh, it's summertime. It storms 50% of the days in June. So if there's a 50-50 chance on any given day that you're going to get not in the vicinity that you get rain. So it's even more of a 50%. You know what I'm saying?
Is that the wettest month?
The wettest 2 days of the year are June 14th and June 15th.
Interesting.
I know these stupid little nuggets when you're a meteorologist.
It's true.
And you have a lot. But I
know a lot of really dumb facts that you'll never need, but you know.
Yeah, that's same with me. Yeah, I'm like, what's the windiest time? So we've planned our boys golf trip on the 15th of June every single year, and it's rained every single year. So I'm like, we got to change this up. Like, let's go to August.
So you planned it knowing that that's like the wettest?
No. So we've always had it on the weekend before Father's Day.
Okay.
Or whatever. It's right around that active time. And it's rained every single year on us. We had a tornado one year.
I remember that story.
Yes. The tornado blew down on Coffee Mill.
And then you kept playing.
And then the fact that shout out to Wabasha Coffee Mill. We can't play there this year. I should have maybe said this on TV so they cleared the spot for us. No. We can't get a house on the golf course this year, so we're not going there. But we love it down there. Anyways, there's a tornado that blasted through. It was like an EF1. But it hit our house. We were in the garage, and I'm like, we got to get in. And I mean, I got 18 guys, and they're dudes. They don't care about storms, you know.
Right.
Like, I'm like, no, for real, get inside.
Yeah.
We had a guy pulling up in a golf cart, and there's a tornado coming, like, on the ground. And I'm like, we got to get inside. Anyways, everyone's fine. But the tornado did hit the house, and it hit the golf course. Was totally destroyed. Literally, 30 minutes after the tornado was out there, you could hear chainsaws going all over the course. They were chopping up trees. 4 hours later, we were golfing.
Get to work quick.
I was like, dang, it was like they knew a tornado was coming. It was crazy.
You had your very own Reed Timmer moment.
Right.
We're in the tornado.
Because I didn't want to be in the tornado.
No, like I
good.
think he's the only one who does want to be in the tornado. I would
crazy.
Be very frightened.
Anyways, back to story time, and then we'll do the weather. My buddy started complaining about it raining every time we were doing this, and I was like, I actually believed that it was a good time of the year. And then Ben Derry told me that it was
Ben with the facts.
Yes.
One thing about him.
I got to shout him out. Ben told me, did you know the 14th and 15th of June are the most active 2 days of the year? Now, obviously, the 13th and the 12th, they're literally like 1% lower.
Right.
We're just talking about the apex, the peak. The peak is the middle of June. So anything in June, don't plan your wedding. We have a graphic for this.
Wasn't gonna.
Wow. All right. No. So August.
August. All right.
Actually,
cool.
Don't ever do it in Minnesota.
Yeah, just don't.
We got married on like one of the nicest historical days of the year, which is October 4th.
Okay.
It's like unbelievable weather at that time of the year here. And we had 56-mile-an-hour sustained winds, and it was 27 degrees outside, and it snowed.
On
It's
your
like
wedding
one of
night?
the earliest snowing days ever. Yeah.
Wow.
But that's fine. I remember golfing, and the ball wouldn't even sit there. It was rolling. It would never stop rolling. That's how windy it was.
Like, all right, just roll towards the hole then.
So you never know, even on the historical nice days. All right, I'll talk weather now. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. That was fun.
Too much caffeine.
For both of us, honestly.
Yeah. All right. Well, this morning, going back to the storm threat, if you don't realize it, so we're going to take a little deeper dive into yesterday. And again, the storms were really strong down to our south. And you can see, I'll zoom out here. Here's now. Let's go back. Let's take this back 18 hours. Is this enough? Let's go back here. Here you go. So this is, so I was watching, speaking of Reed Timmer, I was watching them at right here on this Waterloo storm. So they started at just south of Waterloo, and then they drove into Wisconsin. It was pretty cool. There's that storm, massive supercell there on that. Was a tornado. And then, I mean, all of these produce tornadoes. This one produced a large tornado up here. I watched this one. This was a pretty scary one. So actually, let me turn off the lighting. I used to work in Madison. And they had a tornado warning on that one as well. But this storm near Boston, this was a large damaging tornado. And I looked at it, and it was, you know how when you read the text of the National Weather Service, it can say considerable damage when it's over an EF2. This thing had that on there. But yeah, nice hook echo there. And this was a nasty tornado. It went right south. There's a tornado here. I think there's a debris ball. And it's weird because I'm going back through my time there. I remember a tornado that went through that almost exact same location and was not a good situation. Anyways, all these supercells. For me, this became a hail event here. I remember watching. This is, I'm trying to draw in here. My drawing is bad. But this became a hail event. So like the tornado threats diminished at this time. This was 6 o'clock because I had a lot of people asking, hey, what's going on? It was really, like that's a true supercell up there, and that's tornadic, right? This is kind of ugly looking, just kind of going through these. Like that's obviously one that you're going to watch there near Vernon Springs. All of these little ones you'd be watching closely as well, especially the one on the bottom. So when you're watching these lines, you look at the bottom. I think there was 6 or 7 tornadoes. Regardless, it was quite the day, and you can actually see, yes, there were tornadoes confirmed, tons of large hail and damage. And where was this? Located to our south. Now, if you look at the outlook today, you will see the same location getting that storm. It's down here in the Madison area once again, and they just can't catch a break. Now, today, I guess they might look at it as a break because it ramps back up. Thursday, we take it off, and then Friday, we are back. But if you look at Friday, I mean, it's a pretty large outbreak situation. You may get a mod up in here. So again, Iowa always, for me, I've been in many, many places for whatever reason. I always watch them. Iowa just always takes the cake. I don't know why. Obviously, Oklahoma has maybe the larger tornadoes. Man, Iowa produces so much severe weather. So we'll have to see if they get a moderate threat here on Friday. Quick, I'll take you through this temperature map, and I'm going to do it with the computer here so you can see it moment by moment. Thursday is going to be a great day. It's going to be windy. And then look at Friday. Look at this front. I don't have it. Yeah, it's pretty close. Look at that thing. 9 a.m. Alexandria. Nope. Twin Cities pops to 69. But look at this front. 69, 66, 49. Heads up.
And that's at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Boom.
Too. So that's why we've been saying all day, like it's going to be okay in the morning, but
right.
It's going to be very, very brief, and it's going to be chilly by afternoon. And
yeah,
evening.
You're right. I mean, to me, Friday is a bad day.
That's a bad day. I mean,
it's worse. It'd almost be worse than Saturday. I think. So I have my buddies are trying to golf Friday because you know what they do? They look at that temperature like, 74. We probably have to lower that. But still, 74 degrees, don't get caught in that. That's why I changed the text today.
I think, and that's perfect because that's what you don't get, like, not to, dog on the Apple weather app, but also I am going to do that because I don't care. Like, they're not going to tell you that. It'll say 74, even though that's first thing in the morning. The rest of the day is going to suck.
Yeah,
so.
I think the crashing temperature is the story. I would focus more on the low that day, and the weekend's kind of crummy. Well, hey, we'll get there. It's part of the deal. It's part of the deal. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. See you tomorrow.